Hello and welcome to Only Connect. I've been thinking about garden sheds. What is it about garden sheds that make men go and sit in them just at the moment you need to scream at them for something they've forgotten to do? It's a mystery. Joining me tonight, two fresh teams. On my right, Nick Paul, a former postman who was attacked by the same cat every day. Hugh Williams, a retired fuel logistics officer who sings in a rock choir twice a week. And their captain, Ian Toms, who comes from Essex and supports Dundee United FC. United by an appreciation of TV sitcoms, they are the Cunning planners. I'm assuming, Ian, there's one sitcom in particular you like. What's your second favourite?
Only Fools and Horses, probably, for me.
And what do you think of quizzes that try to be a bit funny? Is that good or is it just annoying?
Bit of both.
You'll find nothing like that here.
Good.
Welcome to the show. You are playing against, on my left, Naomi Lask, a geography teacher who has fainted in a cinema, a theatre and while watching an episode of EastEnders. William Bradley, who once worked for a grain merchant and is now a politics and religious studies teacher. And their captain, Liam Agate, a business and economics teacher who won a Blue Peter badge for writing a storyboard about Otis the Aardvark. United by their love of living in Brighton, they are the Seagulls. Liam, what is it about the experience of Only Connect you are most dreading?
The questions and potentially not knowing the answers on national TV and all our students thinking that we are not very clever.
I'm sure that won't happen. Let's get the misery over with. We'll play the quiz. You won the toss, but you've decided to put your opponents in first. So, Seagulls, please choose an Egyptian hieroglyph.
Could we take the water, please?
Yes, you could. You'll be seeing 4 apparently random clues. What connects them? Time starts now.
OK. So, anyone got anything on that?
Mr. Miyagi.
Is that Karate Kid?
OK.
I'd get in there.
All right, next, please. Fiona Apple. No, I think we'll have next, please. Oh, David Ontague says he is historian.
Yes.
And obviously Paul Gascoigne is Paul Gascoigne.
I'll go next.
Next, I think, please. I can't see then. So, anything...
Does he die? I would save his life.
2 seconds.
Yeah, they've had their lives saved.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have they had their lives saved by the two people there? So I think Neville Longbottom has his life saved by Harry Potter.
Because it's an opening game, I'm going to accept that answer. And I'll tell you for why. This is about defending people against bullies. Mr. Miyagi was the teacher who trained Daniel LaRusso. David Onishoga was at school with Paul Gascoigne, who was bigger than him, and David Onishoga said he was the only one of the tough kids who wasn't racist, basically, and stepped in to defend him. Harry Potter and Neville Longbottom. Fiona Apple, you might have to say her life was saved metaphorically. Shamika was somebody, again, that she was at school with who gave her good advice, and she put her in a song gratefully. You could say that anyone who defends someone else from bullies could be saving their life to a greater or lesser extent, metaphorically or otherwise. So given that the concept is defence and threat, I'll take your answer. Well done. Cunning planners, what would you like?
One Viper, please. One Viper, please.
What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Sin.
Seems to do with prisons.
Prison, no?
Judge to send down.
Yeah, could be. Referring to a judge, yeah. Next, please. Heat measure. Thermometer. Judge. Nothing sparking for me. Any either? Shall we carry on?
I think next one, yeah.
Next, please. Chest sear. We're running short on time. Shall we go next?
Yeah.
Next, please. Pulsation thin measure.
1 second.
Judges.
That I can't take, I'm afraid. So, Seagulls, you've got the chance of a bonus point.
Are these all things that have no opposites?
I think they probably don't have opposites, but there are too many things in the world that applies to. So, one of the nasty things about coming here is that quite early on with all clues, before you think about anything else, you have to quickly translate them into ancient Greek, see how you feel about that, and then press on with other possibilities. Does that help?
Yeah, thermometer and stethoscope, probably.
It is medical equipment and the etymologies thereof. So send downer comes from the Greek katienai, it's a catheter. Heat measurer, thermometer, chest seer, what's that?
Stethoscope?
Stethoscope, exactly so, from chest and look at. And pulsation thin measurer?
Is that the posh term for a sort of blood pressure thing?
Yes, that's right, but do you know its formal name?
Something like sphygmomanometer?
That's it, sphygmomanometer.
Sphygmomanometer.
Sphygmos is pulse and manos thin. So no bonus point, but you may have a question. What would you like?
2 reads, please.
2 reads. It's the music question. You'll be hearing your clues. Here's the first.
Somebody help me sing.
This is Biffy Clyro.
Anybody hear
Here's the
me?
song.
Liars and lovers combine
Is
tonight.
it Mountain? No.
No, it's not, but keep going.
Captain, okay.
The captain. OK, next, please.
Is this anything with Captain?
This is just the, I don't know, like American march thing, isn't it, for the president?
Yeah, but could be the captain.
Okay.
Next, please. Any ideas on it?
Never heard this song before.
OK, next, please. Anything on it?
We sound like military position.
2 seconds.
We will go with captains or other military positions.
They are not all military positions.
So people in charge?
Cunning planners. Do you want to have a go for a bonus point?
Yeah, people in charge, basically.
It's people in charge. The first one is the captain, Biffy Clyro, but what were the others?
One was boss of me, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Boss of me was clue 3. They might be giants.
Hail to the chief, was there?
Hail to the chief and leader of the pack at the end. When do they play Hail to the Chief?
When the US
Every time the
president-
American president appears, I think, don't they?
That's right. And do you know when that started? No. This is one of my favourite facts. It was President James Polk. It was his wife's idea that it would be played on his arrival somewhere because she was worried that otherwise nobody would notice he'd entered the room. I think he was quite a beta person, James Polk. He didn't have that. I don't think they had that problem with Donald Trump. But with Polk, they've got to play a lot of grand music or he's just slipping in and everyone's ignoring him. Being in charge was the connection. And what would you like for your own question?
Twisted Flax, please.
The Twisted Flax. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Thomas Heatherwick's Stairway.
Thomas Heatherwick's the bloke who did the sculpture at Man City, didn't he? He's the
Bee of the Bang.
Bee of the Bang, he did
Did
that.
he also did something for the Olympics?
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Dunning-Wick.
No, he's the architect, but...
Next, please. Qantas pandemic flight. Good grief. Anything?
No, nothing at all.
Next, please. Sarah Palin's proposed bridge. Is that between the US and Russia?
Between Alaska and
These are things that didn't take place then.
Yeah. So
things that
shall
were
we
proposed and never
buzz?
took place,
Yeah, that will go for it. Proposed things that were never carried out.
Not it, I'm afraid. So a bonus chance for you, Seagulls.
Are they things that go to nowhere?
Things that go to nowhere. What did you recognise?
Just Sarah Palin's Bridge to Nowhere, and then
This was a
Stairway
big
to
thing.
Nowhere, that sounds like it could be a thing.
Stairway to Nowhere is a sort of sculpture and observation platform in Manhattan made by Thomas Heatherwick, and have a look at a picture of it, it's quite interesting online. The Qantas clue, and this was amazing, this was during the lockdown when you weren't allowed to leave Australia, but they offered a tourist trip where you could get on the plane and fly around looking down at things and then land back where you started, so you hadn't really gone anywhere. The Sarah Palin Bridge, it was a big thing in the 2008 election because she did propose it, but then later denied it, and it was a bit of a funny thing. And Talking Heads, of course, the song Road to Nowhere. So well done, you get the bonus point, and the last choice of the round, what's it to be?
The lion clue, please.
Lion. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Oh, Electric King, I think that is one of the Bond villains.
Okay.
I think, we can check it.
Go.
Next.
I just don't know.
Probably not choice.
I mean, that could be a Bond villain, to be fair.
Maybe. Next, please. Robert Jenkins. Ooh, not sure. Anyone recognise that name?
Is that like someone who developed like vaccines or something? Have I made that up?
Possibly. Next, please. Vince Vaughn.
People
Yeah.
cut already. Or people who only sold stuff after they'd up.
Okay. Which one?
You're captain.
Are these people who have severed some form of the part of their body.
Can you tell me something more specific?
Their ears.
It is about severed ears. Good quizzing strategy. Start general and narrow it down. It is about the ears.
Yes.
Which clues can you tell me about?
Well, I happened to listen to a podcast about Vincent van Gogh's ear only the other day. So he famously severed off his ear, I think, in a fit of quite strong self-deprecation.
Yes, I think he wasn't terribly well at the time.
I thought the first one was somebody from the James Bond film, but that
Yes,
could be
that's right. It's a Bond villain, and that happens to... It's a woman, Sophie Marceau, plays that villain and loses an ear. Do you know about the middle two clues?
Battle of Jenkins' ear is Robert Jenkins.
That's it, the Battle or the War of Jenkins' Ear. And J. Paul Getty III?
Was it part of a kidnapping or something?
Yes, it's
Sending
just a terrible, terrible story. Grandson of John Paul Getty, the very wealthy man, and they kidnapped him. And their grandfather wouldn't pay the ransom, and they cut off his ear and sent it, and the guy still haggled the price down. It's a nice grandpa, isn't it? Nice cuddly old grandpa. Yeah, cut some more off and then we'll see. Horrible. Well done. It is all to do with severed ears. Last question for you. Eye of Horus. What is the connection between these picture clues? Here's the first.
Screw, isn't it? Yeah, might as well go just next, please. Those are... Is that
Leaves.
leaves of some sort of mother-in-law's tongue, is it?
No,
I don't know. It's like a
I
sort of
don't know
pointed.
what sort of plant it is.
And next, please. That's a pot screw. Is this snooker
It's
terms?
snooker terms. It's a snooker
What,
terms.
but what's the second one if
What's
it
the
is?
second one?
Plant?
Plant.
Snooker terms.
Well done.
Terms in snooker.
Is the right answer. What do you think the last picture would have been?
Spider.
Even nicer than a spider. We've got a lovely kiss.
Nice.
Very well done. That means at the end of round one, the Seagulls have 3 points, the Cunning Planners have 3 points. On to the sequences round. What comes forth in a sequence? Seagulls, you'll be going first again. Please choose a hieroglyph.
Water for us, please.
Water. First clue in a picture sequence is coming in now.
Oh,
Hands up.
Okay, next.
Yeah. Next, please.
Oh, hang on. Is it like a hokey cokey or something? You put your...
You put your
no.
right. Oh, your hands in, all in.
Like a dance
in, out,
move.
in, out.
No.
Not really. Next, please.
Oh,
Okay,
right,
so
hands
that-
up, hands in, hands out, hands down.
Yes, hands up, hands in.
Like reach
Pull somebody up,
in.
like pulling, or reach out. Or reach out. Is this like a song by someone? Hands up.
2 seconds.
A picture of somebody with their hands by their sides.
Not it, I'm afraid. Cunning Planners, do you know?
We'll go for somebody taking a hand that's sort of held out towards them.
Not it. I'm going to start giving you the answer to this question, and I'd like you to join in with me when you know what's happening. Let me just get a note. La. Too high. La. Hands. Touching hands. Reaching out. Come on. Touching me. Touching you. Sweet Caroline. Da, da, da. Good times never seem so good.
So good.
I wanted an example of touching me. Cunning Planners, what would you like?
2 reads, please.
2 reads. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Win your wish list. Is that a lottery game show?
I guess it must be, yeah.
Is it an anti-deck thing?
I don't think it's on deck, is it?
Is it Antideck or BBC?
I don't think so, not BBC, no.
No, I don't think so, but...
I don't know what this is.
I think we probably need to.
I think we need to go again, yeah.
Next, please. BBC 2 Eggheads. Well, it's quiz shows,
It's the
but...
first quiz show so far, but I can't see a sequence yet.
next, please. ITV. Oh, is it what replaced Neighbours?
2 seconds.
But I don't know what replaces Neighbours yet. Channel 4, 15 to 1.
Not an answer that works, I'm afraid. Seagulls, do you want to have a go?
Channel 4 countdown.
Not it. We have got Channel 4 Big Brother. Does that help?
Not me.
The sequence is, I mean, you're giving me a sort of basic sequence, which is programmes that have been on those 4 channels, but they are programmes that stopped being on those 4 channels when they all moved to Channel 5. So no points there. Seagulls, what would you like?
We'll take the twisted flax, please.
The twisted flax. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Does that mean anything to you?
It doesn't mean anything to me, but it could. There's some interesting letters that could be moved around.
Can you
Next, please.
anagram it?
Oh, okay. So this is missing a double I. The first one actually looks like hitchhike now, doesn't it? Which would be double letters.
Mitchell missing a double H.
So double H,
No,
double I.
H-I-J-K.
Something missing double L. Is it?
No, missing double H, double I, double J,
Double K.
double K.
Double K.
Yeah, but have you got a word?
Something's missing a double K. What could be? Something like.
2 seconds.
Okay, Will, do you want to just give that?
Yeah, just Near, spelled N-E-E-R.
And why would that be?
Necker, I think, is like an enemy in the Witcher video game series.
That would be an acceptable answer. Well done. What's happening here?
Oh, well, the first one, hit-kike, is missing. It should be hitchhike, so it would be missing 2 H's, and then I think we've got 2 I's there for skiing, and then it would be double J and then double K.
Yes, actually the third clue would have been the most difficult. Let's have a look at it. Ha for Harge.
Yeah.
We went with Booweeper for bookkeeper.
yes.
I'm going to have to take it on trust about this video game character. But well done for going for that specific, more only connecty sort of name than bookkeeper.
Sure, yeah.
Cunning planners, what would you like?
Eye of Horus, please.
The Eye of Horus. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
I mean,
That's when it was.
yeah. Next, please.
Is he first of 4 terms? Did he serve 4 terms?
Yeah, that's not the right year for him. First becoming PM, though, is it? Becomes PM, not first becomes PM. I think we're going to have to go. Next, please. Amsterdam.
Well, it's all the numbers.
Yeah, so 1982, birth of Jenny Ryan?
Press.
Birth of Prince William. Yeah, 1982, birth of Prince William.
That would be an acceptable answer. And much nicer than ours. I mean, you went with Spider instead of Kiss for the snooker, but here, that's nice that we've got 1982 Falklands War. What's the sequence?
Just the numbers sort of cycling round in chronological order and an event.
That's it. They're sequential anagrams of the numbers. So 1829, 1892, 1928. So we're looking for something that happened in 1982, and Prince William was born that year. Well done. Back to you, Seagulls, for a choice.
Lion, please.
Lion. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Next, please. Oh, these are England cricket coaches. I think
in which
Andy
order?
Flower, Peter Moores, and the fourth one depends whether they're taking into account the fact that the guy's been sacked recently. But next, please. Trevor Bayliss, and I think the current one is now an acting one, who is... I think the answer to this would be the current acting head cricket coach for England, Paul Collingwood.
I'm afraid that is not the answer. Cunning planners, do you know?
We believe it's Silverwood.
Silverwood is the answer. Collingwood, I think, would be after Silverwood. What is the sequence?
It's England cricket coaches in order.
They're head test cricket coaches. And one question remains, which you can have. It's Horn Viper. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
One of salt. Next, please. 3 of creation.
It's letter E.
Is this
Not S, E
pillar
so
of...
far.
Pardon, sorry?
1 of salt is the letter S and 3 of creation is the letter E.
All right, S,
Possibly.
E.
Have to go next.
We're going to have to go next to get the third letter, though, if you're right, don't you think?
Have to go next.
I've no idea what the sequence
next,
is.
please.
I don't know what the first one's going to be.
5 of S-E-M, that is.
If that's right.
Yeah. 5 pillars of Islam, 1 pillar of salt, 3 pillars of creation, 7 pillars
1
of...
second.
7 pillars of wisdom. 7 pillars of wisdom.
7 of wisdom.
Is exactly correct with 1 second to spare. Very well done. What is the sequence?
The number of pillars, 1 of salt, etc.
Exactly so. There's a pillar of salt, there are 3 pillars of creation, 5 pillars of Islam. So we wanted to hear something there are 7 pillars of, like wisdom. Very well done. That means at the end of round 2, the Seagulls have 6 points, the Cunning Planners have 8. Time now for the connecting wall. And Cunning planners, you'll be going first this time. So please choose lion or water.
Lion, please.
Lion, you'll be seeing 16 jumbled clues. There's only one four-way solution. And the time starts now.
All right, well, there's...
Names of birds up there.
Yeah, I'll sort of...
There's thrush. There's at least 6.
Yeah, you keep looking and I'm going to do some of them just as something to do.
synonyms for sort of fast. There's
We
brisk,
have rapid
nimble.
and fast and brisk.
Brisk, nimble, fast, rapid.
Yeah, and if not
And swift. Are there only 5 of those?
Yeah.
So we've left out swift, we'll leave out nimble. We'll leave out rapid. We'll leave out brisk. And have we left out them all now?
I think so.
Dragon, osprey,
Rugby team.
rugby teams,
team,
Shark.
shark.
Shark as well.
and falcons,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Yeah.
All right, that's a start. Neck, break down, break fast, break water.
Break water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to get rid of that for the moment because I think we know what that is. So wren, thrush, dunlin,
Chuff. Chuff's a bird as well.
chuff. Right.
3 lives now.
Right, so shall we do the breaks?
Yeah. Down.
And just double check, nimble, rapid, fast.
It's got to be fast,
brisk.
hasn't it?
Yeah, yep,
Right,
just
break fast.
we've
And
got
happy with
time
all-
to
Happy with all the connections.
Yeah.
Yep, I think we're pressing, yeah?
Yeah.
You've calmly solved the wall. Lovely. What about the connections? Tell me about falcon, osprey and so on.
Singulars of rugby union teams.
They are the rugby team epithets. That's right, if you pluralise them. And the next group starting Dunlin.
Birds, British birds.
They're British birds. A Dunlin, a small wader. And the next group, water, fast and so on.
Can all be preceded by break.
You can make breakwater, breakfast, breakneck, breakdown. And the last group starting nimble.
Synonyms for speedy or quick or... that
They're
sort of
all
thing.
synonyms for each other, meaning quick. Very well done. So that is all the groups and all the connections. You get bonus points for getting it all right. It's the maximum of 10. Let's bring in their opponents now, give them the other wall and see how they get on. Neatly enough, it's the water wall for you, Seagulls. You've got 2.5 minutes, starting now.
Okay, what do we got here? So we've got
Niche and recess and cranny and
Yes.
alcove. Are there
Yes,
any others? Or
niche.
nook as well.
nook, cranny, and where's the other one?
Alcove
You said
down the bottom.
recess. Okay,
So leave out cranny.
okay, lean. Sorry,
Nope.
niche, recess, nook, and
Alcove.
alcove. Leave out
Nook.
nook. Leave out.
Leave it in lean.
sorry,
Okay,
sorry,
cranny,
yeah.
alcove, recess, niche. Yes, okay.
Okay, what else we got here then?
David.
Danny Boyle or Mendez Boyle? These are
Okay, you got men, boy, man.
yes, men, boy, man, and ooh,
That could be a
Got the famous Davids as well. Is David Hayes a person?
possibly.
no.
Okay.
We've also got are there not directors? Boyle, Mendez, Attenborough, Hayes, maybe. What else have we got here? So we back to these man, boy. What was the other one we saw? Maybe not.
No, I think we only had 3 there.
Okay. What about these words as words? Like Hawawa, Adeco.
Can anything go before or after?
I'm not sure. Art Deco. Not spelled like that, is it? Okay. What about just put in some
Could you go with read
name
with that
style
one?
ones?
Oh, well done.
So we've got Nook, Lean, Nook. Is it missing?
Chester.
Chest.
Chester, chest. I don't think it's got OK at the end of this one.
Yeah, I've seen that.
30 seconds.
I'll go for
Anything impel at the beginning?
yeah,
Impel.
lean and which other ones that sound like different languages, like Wahua, Adeco, maybe
Yeah.
Nook.
Nook and we may as well have some guesses.
Yeah.
That's it. That's your 3 lives, and the wall has frozen. But well done, you found 2 groups. And what about the connections? Niche, cranny, and so on?
These are all types of they're sort of synonyms for small areas.
Exactly. And the next group, read, boil, and so on.
Are these film directors?
They're film directors, Oscar-winning film directors. And you can still get points for the connections in the groups you didn't find, so let's resolve the wall. There we go. Impellum, Adeco, Hayes, Manpower.
Will, have a go.
Yeah, are they kind of workforce companies or recruitment companies?
They're recruitment agencies. Well done, that's absolutely right. And the next group, I don't know if I can begin to pronounce that. Hua, 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 lean, chester, nook.
Do these begin with parts of the body? Because chest.
Oh, I see. I was thinking about it. No, you can put something in front of them that is almost a part of the body. It's chi. Chihuahua, Chilean, Chichester, Chinook.
Oh, Chichester.
And it would be
Sussex
almost
clue.
chin in the last one, which is why I paused. It's a nasty word one.
Yeah.
But you found 2 groups and you gave me 3 connections, total of 5 points. Let's have a look at the overall scores. The Seagulls have 11 points, the Cunning Planners have 18. Bit of catching up for you, Seagulls, but it's absolutely doable. It has been done, and obviously it's possible to lose points as well as win them in this round. So, fingers on buzzers for the missing vowels. I can tell you that the first category of clues are all books published in 1922. Cunning Planners.
Ulysses.
Yes, it is. Planners.
Jacob's Room.
Yes, it is. Planners.
Babbitt.
Sinclair Lewis, well done. Don't know this one. It's the F. Scott Fitzgerald, The Beautiful and Damned. Next category, people who died in 1922. Planners.
Marcel Proust.
Yes, he did. Seagulls.
Ernest Shackleton.
Well done. Planners.
Herman Rorschach.
Yes, indeed. Planners.
Michael Collins.
The Irish Republican leader, correct. Next category, people born in 1922, like the BBC. Happy birthday. Planners.
Judy Garland.
Yes, she was. Seagulls.
Oh, no, sorry.
Planners, do you know?
Stan Lee.
It is Stan Lee, the comic book writer. Next clue. Planners.
Emil Zatopek.
Well done. That last one was Philip Larkin, but it's the end of the quiz. And finishing with 27 points after quite an amazing round 4. Through to the next round, it's the Cunning Planners. Very, very well done. Seagulls, you are still in the competition. You finished with 11 points. They ran away with round 4 a bit. How could you catch them? But we will see you later in the competition for your next game to win through. Very well done. And before we go, I've had a lovely letter from Roger Crow in Didsbury. He writes, "Dear Victoria, love the show. I like watching it on TV alone in secret, then settling down with my family to watch it on iPlayer. It means I can immediately shout out the solution after just 1 or 2 clues and show how clever I am. My family hate it." Well, that's not strictly true. My family walked out on me 7 years ago after a disastrous night out in London watching The Mousetrap. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Roger. Good night.